Performance Growth TV. Let's take a conscious angle on developing your talent. So, as a performing artist yourself, with probably big dreams and aspirations, you really want to take things to a higher level as a performer. So you could be a singer, a dancer, an actor, an actress, and you're already doing things to really improve your performance abilities. So if you're a musician, a lead singer, a vocalist, you're continually improving your voice. If you're a dancer and in different types of dance, you're working on your technical dance skill and you're honing and refining your body and technique. Well, let's take a bigger picture and look at consciousness, your subjectivity as a person, your dreams and values in life, and how to really improve yourself so that not just with your specific technique, but in everything about your performance, you can be the greatest person that you can be. And you can take your performance itself to entirely new levels. So by doing that, we're going to look at your consciousness and how to really evolve yourself as a performer. So if you've seen some of the other videos, you'll see that performance growth is different than personal growth. It's different than spirituality. Now, we do include a lot of powerful, empowering things that cross over in both personal growth and spirituality, but they're for you, your dreams, desires, and values as a performer to really improve yourself. So let's look at your conscious development as a performer. So what is consciousness? Consciousness is basically your subjective experience. It's what you feel, sense, and know as reality. And we can look at human consciousness more specifically, and we could really qualify it as mental, physical, sexual, emotional, and spiritual. So it's really, we experience reality in mind, body, heart, sexiness, and soul. And we want to look at these areas for self-expression, for awakening your greater performance, for really empowering your expression on these different levels of consciousness. Why does this matter? Because when say you're a dancer and you're on stage and you're performing, what people are experiencing is not just your body and the physicality of your body. They're having a conscious experience in relationship to your expression of consciousness. So we can get really advanced into this and start discovering that the more powerful you are as a performer, the more awakened, the more you're resonating a higher frequency in your performance, the more influence that's going to have on the consciousness of your fans, of your people, okay, of those who are experiencing your performance. And you can affect them in all of those different areas, mentally, physically, sexually, emotionally, spiritually, in your performance. And if you're a performer, an actor, an actress, on film or video, this is really fascinating because media has so much power and influence, because your level of consciousness as a performer, whether you know it or not, you're always communicating. And this is especially evident as a performer. You are communicating on these different levels of consciousness. So whatever you're sending out, your people are either resonating with or not. Okay, it's going to affect them in those different areas. So just reference when you're listening to your favorite song, or say your favorite love song or whatever, and you get really emotional, what's going on? The conscious energy, the conscious emotional energy in that Celine Dion song is triggering your emotional consciousness to resonate. So it's actually being affected by the conscious energy. So it's altering your state. Media has that power because as human beings, we experience things in mind, body, heart, sexiness, and soul. So by improving yourself, by becoming more conscious in these areas of self-experience, not only do you heal and resolve your issues as a performer and a human in these areas, but you actually are able to have more power and influence. Okay, so you can think of the greatest performers. They have more power than the average person. Their aura, their presence, it projects very far. And they're able to influence people, even in the nuances. And we're going to be breaking this down. I'll be showing you top performers and how there's so much power just in a freeze frame. And if you're a Western performer, I'm going to introduce you to some things that are really going to open your mind to what else is going on in the East, but really universally, because as a performer, you ultimately want to transcend yourself. So with performance growth, we're really about awakening yourself in all relevant areas of consciousness. Okay, so everything we're doing here is meant to supplement whatever performance technique you've been perfecting and working on. You know, if you're also the songwriter and the lead singer, well, keep improving in those areas. Okay, it's important you have a vocal coach or an acting coach and keep improving your actual technique of performance. Performance growth, we're going to cover all kinds of things about you and your improvement as a person, because if you really identify yourself as a performer and it's a long-term valuation, it's connected to your heart and soul, well, this means pretty much everything for you, is your development as a person. Personal growth, passive spirituality may not be as relevant to you. Performance growth, that's what we're talking about. So get involved in the Facebook community. I want to get more feedback from you so we can really rocket ship in the areas that I may not have been covering. So the big picture here, let's take a conscious outlook to really evolve yourself as a performer, because you are communicating on stage, on video, in film, not just from your level of consciousness, but everything about you, every nuance. You are the one who has to master emotional states and step into your greater presence and your sexual power to be healed, to awaken and inspire others. This is relevant for you. So we're going to be working with your chakras in different ways, and your body language and your communication non-verbally. And I've been helping men do this for years before this, and the things I'm able to do to help women really go through massive transformational experiences, it's all here with performance growth, because we're taking a conscious approach. So we're actually able to heal, resolve, and transform your experience to step into greater mental, emotional, physical, sexual, and even social power. So you have more power and influence in your charisma, in your aura, in your presence. So you can be a more powerful expression of that through you to affect others, sexually, mentally, physically, on all levels, to bring a greater experience. So if you are not evolving consciously as a performer, especially now that this information is out there and this really transformational ability, there's going to be other performers who are going to start probably passing you by, especially if, you know, they're quote unquote waiting to get discovered. They may pass you by because they're going to have the it factor. They're going to have more sexual power that they're communicating to raise the frequency of their fans. Well, that's all a part of the valuation. And that kind of stuff you may not be getting with your vocal coach or the dance technique coach specifically, or the choreographer. And it's not necessarily meant to be. And you probably won't get it from the film director either. Okay, so I'm here all about empowering your expression and the things that we're actually going to do on your levels of consciousness to heal yourself, to step into greater power and presence, to communicate that, to capture it on video, on film, on stage, in concert, whatever your outlets are. That's how you can leave your legacy, stepping into your greatness, empowering your expression. And to do that, we do have to work on the different levels of consciousness so you are empowered and step into higher levels of power and transcendence from your personal self. Okay? So that's it for now. We're taking a conscious outlook on your performance development and you as a human being to really live the thriving success of your dreams. So check out the other videos. Go to performancegrowth.tv. This is Rion, and I'll talk to you soon.